Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for June 2nd through the 8th of 2024. Our quote for the week says, "Question every thought that causes suffering and test it against your own sense of truth." Deep breath. We have a long, intense week ahead of us. This is my challenge with last week's forecast having only 2 activations. Every time it goes super low, or once in a while we do get a week with 0 activations, then you know the week before and the week after it's just going to be intense. No other way to put it. Lots of movement, lots of energy, shifting, moving into new spaces, activating goodness. This is a good week. We've got opportunities and blessings. And like I said, new consciousness, new ideas popping. The Venus conjunct Sun is part of all the Venus work we've been talking about lately. All those replays are in here and things. And we have 3 events. Wednesday's Wolf, Thursday is Jupiter and Gemini Power Circle, and Friday is Money Pouring Ritual with YeYe and I. And then, of course, Saturday is Elements of Ritual levels 1 and 2. Sunday is the eLIST meeting. It's a very busy back-to-back events at the end of this week, beginning of next week. So pace yourself. Take some time out to process and really think about some of these things that are being put on the table. Because like I said, it's a lot of initiatory energy. And we really want to question our own consciousness and how it's guiding or leading our lives, right? And the kickoff is Jupiter trine Pluto. This is huge when the social planets interact with the collective planets. It's big energetic shifts, let's say, that if you have the energies in your chart, in this case, Gemini, Aquarius, air energy, which Libra would be affected by default, but the 2 engaged here are Gemini and Aquarius, then it's personal. And there's an evolution going on in your consciousness. That's pretty literal. The thing about it is Jupiter hasn't been in Gemini in 12 years, and Pluto hasn't been in Aquarius in 250 years. So this is actually a little bit bigger than just the average Jupiter trine Pluto, which we do get periodically, let's say, but with different sign energies, different elements to deal with. Right now, that's why I said it's the evolution of consciousness here. June 2nd is Sunday. This is part of a potent 12-year process, which is a Jupiter cycle, as it relates to Pluto's purifying and transformative power. This activation can assist you with a lot of the energy work that you've been able to do over the last 3+ years in terms of clearing karmic and emotional debris and making meaning out of your experiences. This is a delicious opportunity to take your truth, story, and belief system to the next level in a way that both expands your world as well as those whose lives you touch along the way. It is primarily social and collective. But if you have the signs, like I said, Gemini and Aquarius involved, activated in your chart, that's when it gets personal, and you can use the extra juju to transform your life. The primary caveat that comes with this is to deeply and honestly scrutinize your deeper, true motivations for wanting to improve or change your life at this time. Are they based in fear, running away, or freedom, running toward? This is a time when you should be focused on that which serves you and benefits others in clean, positive ways. If you are being manipulative, sneaky, or underhanded in any of your choices or actions, even if you profit immediately, you will eventually pay a price on the back end. It's time to think higher and/or bigger, not the time to be petty, small, or narrow-minded. If you operate from a place of integrity, you can make leaps and bounds of progress in terms of expanding your world, expanding your personal story and the positive influence on life that you have just by being you. Okay, deep breath. This combo also greatly supports cleaning up past mistakes, advancing your career, expanding your reach, increasing your resources, and facilitating overall course corrections so that your life can run more smoothly due to the trine aspect. However, naturally, consciousness and genuine effort will also be required, but the work is well worth the ultimate reward when these 2 dance together in the ethers. Deep breath. This is a powerful one to ride the energies with, We don't always get the big energies to carry us, and I think they help do the heavy lifting, and we make big strides with these kind of activations. So I hope you're in a position where you feel like you are improving your life and your environment and everything that you need to function at this higher consciousness that you have developed over the last 3, 6, 9, 12 years. It's big and it is social and collective because that's what happens when Gemini or Aquarius get activated. We're talking about the community and humanity itself and all of that kinship, connection, communication vibe that does need to evolve right now. We need some balance with our humanity and technology, but this can blow some circuits. If you already have a lot of air energy, this is going to increase it. If you don't have any, like I have very little, all I have is Mercury in Gemini. I don't have a lot of air, and I love it because it supplements and it helps lighten me up. So playing with the elements can sometimes be useful if you feel like learning astrology is a whole nother language. You're already wired for the elements, so start there. Same day, Sunday, Mercury is going to sextile Neptune. This energy serves as a wonderful catalyst for imagination, consciousness, and intuition. Yet maintaining a discerning filter to differentiate between your own perceptions and external influences is crucial for your success. Your mental frequency might tune into an unfamiliar channel this week, prompting reliance on alternate senses like feelings, sensory perceptions, or intuitive insights. Your heightened awareness may enable you to pick up on others' thoughts and emotions, providing surprising insights into their current consciousness, which can also reveal aspects of your own consciousness that you may have been previously unaware of. Engaging in meticulous, detail-oriented work might be challenging, so allow your creativity to flow unrestricted without censoring the ideas emerging from within you. Exploration, creativity, and a liberated flow of ideas, thoughts, and concepts characterize this energy. Order and organization can follow suit at a later time. Okay, deep breath, real talk. We're still in the mental realms, even though this is Taurus to Pisces, so it's earth and water. The very next day, Mercury slips into Gemini and we're right back in the air vibe. And this is its home placement, doubling its normal influence out the gate, right? So on any day, Mercury activates our mental processes, mental capacity, mental speed, and all of our ideas, thoughts, concepts, and perceptions. When in Gemini, it increases the likelihood that you're going to need some extra grounding and extra time to individually process whatever is coming up for you at this time. Jupiter is also there expanding your consciousness and beliefs, activating a rare opportunity, I'm just saying. This is the time to look at your current ideas and options and then process and integrate the ones that you want to invest more time, energy, and resources into going forward. This is the great time to review how your thoughts manifest your reality, how, when, and why you get stuck in any kind of negative mind loops, and where what you believe influences what you think is even possible. This is an evolution of our intelligence, thinking, and ways of processing all that life throws at us, especially in the information and technology realms. Being grounded and having pristine, healthy boundaries will help you organize your ideas and take advantage of the options and opportunities presenting themselves at this time. Deep breath. Yes. As I said, Mercury's in Gemini. That's my home placement. So this activates a whole bunch of creativity and ideas and things that are going on over here behind the scenes that I'll be able to share with you soon enough. But I know I'm not the only one because there's a bunch of you out there with Gemini, Sag, and Virgo, Pisces. So you're going to be feeling this energy really strongly too. Now, Tuesday the 4th, Mercury is going to trine Pluto. So I kind of like this one. Jupiter comes through and expands things in this transformation. And then Mercury comes through on these micro levels and allows us to integrate personally this evolution of our mind, our consciousness, our intuition and intellect working together at whole new levels. All of that is up for renewal right now. This activation facilitates deep introspection and fruitful self-exploration. It encourages you to ask profound questions, clarify your true feelings, and trust your intuition, especially when it signals that something must end in order for a new aspect of your consciousness to thrive. You may feel drawn to explore your inner soul self so that you can sort through any recent deep revelations or insights and gain a better understanding of your own natural processes. Intentional solitude is ideal for this type of personal journey. So take a day or a weekend, gather your most inspiring books and music, and retreat to a serene, peaceful, and beautiful environment. whether it is an exotic location far away or simply the comfort of your own bedroom. Carve out some me time. Delve into your inner truth and you will emerge transformed by your discoveries. If you need to communicate with others, keep the conversations meaningful and soulful. Or, ideally, because of the ease and grace of this activation, you could consult with a trusted advisor or wise elder. Avoid superficial interactions today. Be cautious not to obsess over a single idea or impose your thoughts or ideas on others. If you feel compelled to focus intensely on one thing, that's fine, but maintain some perspective and remain focused and on task. Write down any surprising insights or inspired ideas to review later when you can be more objective and prioritize them more effectively. Deep breath. Right now, it sounds like this week is just going to be a lot of information pouring in and through you. So again, with the container, the boundaries, your own circuitry, how much your system can actually handle, how you normally process, and what Spirit's trying to do with all these big energies, asking you to process some deeper things. Again, maybe reach out to the consultant that can support you in whatever ways that you need that support. If nothing else, all this Mercury says be vocal, use your voice, know what you need and ask for what you want, or know what you want, ask for what you need out here, okay? So like I said, because Jupiter's there, this is a party. Same day, Mercury conjuncts Jupiter. It is time to expand your thinking and develop greater conscious awareness. This powerful energy supports you on multiple levels. You will be better able to make connections quickly and easily, integrating new information or knowledge, making you seem almost psychic, or at least very lucky to others. Now you can connect with your highest ideals and broadest vision for your life, feeling ready to live your truth and purpose on a whole new level. Being so in tune with your ideals naturally encourages others to live their truth as well, fostering an atmosphere of tolerance and support that benefits everyone involved. The challenge with this energy is often the risk of going too broad and overlooking details crucial to your success. Additionally, you might miss important information if you become overconfident or self-righteous. Stay humble, recognizing that your way works for you, but might not work for others, and that's perfectly okay. If you remain centered in the light and your own heart, this energy will improve and give a boost to whatever you are creating at this time. I say, deep breath. Same day, Venus conjunct Sun. So this is deep. Our consciousness is expanding right as we're setting a new cycle in motion around our values and priorities that have evolved. With the Venus cycle, we've just completed 9 months of release work, and this conjunction, initiation, kicks off 9 months of reclamation, where we get to really reclaim at a higher level because we've let go of so many other aspects of self that are no longer necessary. And those values and priorities have been pruned and rearranged and reorganized so that we can be more productive and effective, but also have more fun and more intimacy and more connection with our kinfolk and more beauty and substance that Venus and this sacred feminine represents. And I just did a whole thing on this, so I'll put that replay under here. It's already up on my YouTube and podcast channels, but I'll link it here as well. This activates your innate creativity and gets your wheels turning about what you want to express or bring to life in the world, what you want to invest in and be a part of. When Sun contacts Venus, the creativity is centered around you, the individual. However, here, as Venus contacts the Sun, it is all about your creations. Use this solar infusion to brighten and illuminate yourself, your surroundings, and/or your creative projects. This expands and brightens your magnetic field, and opportunities that are just right for you are the result. There is a burst of new energy wanting to be expressed through you, and it's based on your new values and priorities. It is also the beginning of a new creative cycle. Remember that love, too, is a creative force. So if your relationships are more center stage than your creative projects, then this, too, lends new potency to what you create with others. This is a powerful seed time and a good time to allow support and guidance from men and/or the sacred masculine within and around you. Deep breath. That was Tuesday. Wednesday is Wolf Medicine, the live event with the Soul Sister Circle. We get together each month around a different animal medicine. And wolf is my totem for all my circles. as they do so well with communities. So they help guide how I rule my communities. And that replay and tools will be available as well for $25. That's a subscription. You can drop in or subscribe. So Wednesday, June 5th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, Wolf Medicine. And then Thursday, June 6th, is Power Circle monthly community event where we pick something to focus on. And this month's focus is Jupiter entering Gemini for the first time in 12 years to set off a whole new cycle there. So we're going to discuss that Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That is a free community event and everyone is welcome. You're welcome to share the link with others. And if you feel called, the suggested donation is $22. And we are so grateful for those who contribute along the way. This is also one of those things that if you register or you show up to the live event, then you're pretty guaranteed to get your tools and resources after the call, which includes your personal activations, which is where Jupiter in Gemini is expanding your world and asking you to integrate things in your Sagittarius department and change and upgrade things in your Virgo Pisces departments. So it's good to know where that's happening in general, and that's some of the goodies for those who join me there. I decided to throw in this little excerpt from the actual entry, which you can find in the weekly forecast, May 19th to the 25th, because it was May 25th when Jupiter entered Gemini, and the whole write-up is there. But for those of you deciding whether you want to join us for the call, I want to give you a little overview of what Jupiter moving into Gemini means. It's infusing the atmosphere with an air of intellectual curiosity and an increase in communications. Gemini, being an air sign ruled by Mercury, accentuates Jupiter's expansive nature through the lens of mental realms, exploration of ideas, and social engagement. Individuals born under this influence are often naturally drawn to a wide variety of subjects, always seeking to broaden their knowledge base and expand their own understanding of the world around them. This year, we can all do that. You can get more engaged with your communities, go back to school, get certified, or learn something to make yourself more valuable to the team. On an individual level, this energy supports a deep dive into your own mind, consciousness, and beliefs to see if any of it is still relevant or even true. Truth is fluid and shifts as your consciousness evolves over time. There will be much more information to sort and sift through to get to the truth this year, and so activate your personal filters and prepare to ask questions at every turn in order to ensure that everyone is on the same page. This is what we have to do. Filter things out, ask lots of questions, check details, follow up, follow through if it's something you care about. The shadow of Jupiter in Gemini is a tendency toward restlessness and a desire for constant movement, change, and stimulation. Maintaining focus on one particular subject or project for an extended period may be challenging. Making the big choices may be challenging if you cannot make up your mind and commit. We may dabble in many things, but not actually commit to anything. It will be very easy to overwhelm your system with too much information, making it hard to keep track of the juicy, relevant conversations that you really want to remember. So be vigilant and self-aware, but also watch out for those people who tend to speak without thinking first, anyone with a drastically dual nature or is prone to gossip and superficiality. So now we're back to good boundaries is going to be critical. Anyone who is a skilled communicator, adept at articulating their thoughts with clarity and charisma, will actually succeed under this influence. Jupiter in Gemini fosters adaptability and versatility, allowing individuals to thrive in diverse settings and adapt to changing circumstances with more ease and grace than usual. The fields that require mental agility, such as teaching, writing, journalism, or public speaking, will expand and thrive this year. These energies will be especially transformative with anyone with strong Gemini, Sag, or Virgo Pisces activated in your chart. Otherwise, it is time to do some processing and initiation in your Gemini house, which will require integration in your Sag, truth and story as it evolves. This will also require your Virgo Pisces houses or areas of life to grow and change to accommodate this new beginning. The next 3 years are vital to anchoring much larger cycles that will expand your consciousness and activate new creativity, ideas, and choices. I love it. Deep breath. So we're going to go deep into what that means. I usually do an overview of the cycle, talk about the few activations that we have. We always have some good juicy divinations to guide us. And depending on how the night goes, we often close with a drum journey. So join us Thursday if you can. The replay will go up on the YouTube and podcast channels though, so everyone will eventually get to hear it. This is such a juicy zone. Oh my God. Now we have Thursday, same day that we're doing that call, is the Gemini new moon, the actual new moon. So this new moon can activate some radically new ways of thinking, learning, and expressing. And the beat goes on. This theme continues, y'all, okay? There has been an evolution over the last year of how we process information and what we allow into our individual field of resonance, into our personal space, or into our own consciousness. Now that the collective field is infinitely open, you are encouraged to fortify and rely on your own filters, boundaries, and systems for living. Your own, okay? Not someone else's and not the government's, okay? It is time to live your own truth within the context of the larger social and collective truth. Gemini always activates the lesson of choice, and now that we have so many choices, some more than others, of course, we have to have a way of making the best choices for self. The way to do that is to strengthen and fortify the head-heart connection. Allow the head to present the variety of choices and the possibilities therein, then proceed to the heart to sign off on what feels true and right for you personally. Anything good for you is usually good for all, so think with your heart and set intentions for a new level of learning, awareness, and energetic exchange with others going forward. Ashe, that sounds pretty juicy too. Oh, that's Thursday. Friday's the money pouring ritual for the month of June, the Gemini new moon with YeYe. I remind you that 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after is our zone of power, so we got it in there to have that ritual. And all you have to do to join us there is join her Patreon for $5 or more to do the new moon money pouring. I usually recommend that you all do the $25 a month on her Patreon. I think that's tier 2, because then you get the new moon and full moon rituals with both of us. So I recommend you do that. Also, her Patreon money goes to support the community in infinite ways. That is so delicious and wonderful. So it's like keeping the medicine moving throughout the whole community. Everyone benefits. So join us there. It is a live ritual. There is no replay. At the moment, we don't have a place to house the replay. So we're working on YeYe's school. We got all kinds of things in the works, y'all. In the next couple of years, things are going to be really expanding thanks to Jupiter hitting all this learning education zone, right? Now, Saturday the 8th, now we come into some earthy territory finally, and hopefully get to ground and embody all that has been exposed and expressed and realized, right? Mars entering Taurus, first time in 2 years, until July 20th. So the rest of June and almost all of July. And it looks like it doesn't happen this week, but I bet it happens next week where it squares Pluto, because it's at the beginning of Aquarius and now Mars is at the beginning of Taurus. So deep breath on that one. Let's just look at the initiation part. This energy is driven to create something useful and beautiful, or at least making enough money to afford the useful and the beautiful. I know that's right. There is a deep-rooted understanding and inner knowing that rewards come through hard work, dedication, and patience. You will work harder than ever during this time. That's why it's vital to stay mentally focused and physically fit. The underlying drive here is often financial security, but we have to go deeper to the personal values and priorities. You must understand fully that money is one of the many resources and is not always a guarantee of happiness. Food, sex, and money are personal aspects of life that we all have our preferences about, but when you are evolving, so too do your tastes and desires. So it's good to consciously upgrade when Mars moves through Taurus. What are you attracted to and what are you repelled by at this time? Whatever you're working on or creating at this time has the capacity to be of great value or possibly even bring financial gain. However, that should not be your primary motivation. Taurian energy has a single-mindedness about it, which is great for accomplishing a goal or finishing a project, but not so great for starting new projects or moving in a new direction. So let's look at that Taurus department as getting some energy from Mars for the first time in 2 years to kind of charge that battery for what you want to build, accomplish, manifest, bring into form, beautify, evolve on some level, literally physically, right? So let's think about that. Same day, Venus squares off with Saturn. Oh my goodness. Usually when this happens in your personal chart, like Venus in the sky touching Saturn in your chart, I tell you to go be still and be alone and do these things. So here again, we have all these different little indications where if you are processing a lot of different aspects of life and aspects of self and changes and upgrades that are going on, whether you chose them or they were imposed upon you, you still have to organize and deal with them. This is the energy of this week. It's so deep, y'all. So pace yourself, like I said at the top. Venus squaring Saturn energy might foster a sense of detachment in your connections and coolness with loved ones. It serves as an opportune moment to appraise and weigh the equilibrium within your relationships, assessing the harmony between giving and receiving. Be it in business or personal spheres, relationships usually thrive on a balanced exchange. You might find yourself more conscious of your innate independence and reevaluating the necessity of certain relationships at this juncture. This phase propels you to delve into your inner resilience and personal determination to live in alignment with your own values and priorities. Consequently, it is easier to discern the need for corrections or adjustments, and they might become quite evident during this period. Feelings of loneliness, despondency, or disconnection could arise, but it is usually an opportunity presented by the universe to scrutinize and reassess your current interactions, both with others as well as how you allow them to interact with you. Periodically reevaluating even the strongest relationships is beneficial to ensure a solid foundation. Avoid succumbing to ego-based fears or focusing solely on shortcomings and limitations. Instead, focus on reinforcing your strengths and honoring the positive aspects that you create together, as well as within yourself. This phase encourages intentional solitude, as the insights gained through this introspective process will eventually provide stability and guidance for your future endeavors. So, deep breath. I know YeYe's the loudest one about not liking Saturn, but when you sit down and work with it consciously, and you know that your values and priorities have already been reset and rebirthed in a huge way, and you're starting this reclamation, and this helps you clarify the new reality that you're going to be manifesting by spring of 25. That's the whole goal behind the reclamation side, is now we're going to bring in from pure consciousness our soul star chakra through our crown, down through all the primary chakras to the root, and bring something into form that is rooted in more authenticity and creative self-expression, and just more of you, more of your light needs to shine through for all of us to rise. So bring it on, but trust Saturn that when you dedicate and when you do the step-by-step process and you don't try to take shortcuts or half step or not be dedicated completely, it rewards you, I promise. It's only when you're not committed that Saturn's a problem. And it gets a lot of bad press. I will also say that Saturn, which rules Capricorn, the two of them, you need to know that patriarchy has hijacked it. It's actually feminine energy. It's matriarchal. So keep that in mind. When you think of Saturn now, think of it as the council of grandmothers, the council of wise elders, that lets you know the limitations of this moment and where we need to be focused and organized. It's a good thing, otherwise we would fly off and do all kinds of wild stuff, Uranus style, right? So there's a balance between those two that expands and contracts. And this week it's a lot of mental processing and then a couple of little things that say if you stay grounded and in your body, you can navigate this fine. But if you're too distracted, you're going to have accidents and weird things are going to happen and you're not going to hear correctly, you're not going to see correctly. So again, with the filters and the boundaries. So just being mindful. I know it's a lot. This was a long one. I appreciate you listening this long. I have put at the end of the blog the Gemini articles of the month because this is also when the monthly missive goes out for those of you on my eLIST. I have dropped down from doing weekly emails to doing once a month emails. And I do encourage you to be on that list to hear from me directly. Also, we had the first Venus call in the reclamation side, so that replay and tools is also only $25 to drop in or subscribe and get your activations to know how Venus is affecting you. I have a few final touches to put on the custom guide for the Astro 101 class, but I encourage you to get registered because we're going to be running that July and August on Tuesday evenings on Zoom. And the way I run this class is you learn about astrology through your own chart, your own blueprint, so that it really sinks in and becomes embodied knowledge. I'm not just giving you information that you're trying to retain. You'll see. It's wonderful. And it's usually under 10 people, so it's a nice intimate group, and we usually do form quite a bond. So if you're looking to go deeper and learn about cycles and patterns the Kelly way, then join us there. I do run that class over and over though, so stay tuned. It will run again if July, August doesn't work for you. Probably next year sometime in the spring. Meantime, the Power Circle. Oh my God, can I just talk to my Power Circle people? The subscribers here get all kinds of goodies that I am literally just uploading now. So I usually don't cut it this close to the first of the month. I try to do it the last week of the prior month. So forgive me, y'all. May has been tremendously busy and transformative. And as I joke with all my people, just because I know what's going on does not exempt me from the effects. So thank you for your patience and understanding. You'll be getting your goodies over the weekend. And of course, the Astro Tarot reading is the standard reading I do. It's like a 2-for-1 where we check in with your cycles and then we ask a here and now kind of question. And if you are new to the community, looking at my Soul Sisters invitation video here at the bottom of the blog is always good to get to know my story and core values that pretty much run through all the circles. I'm also making one for the Venus circle, but I'm trying to make it like the goddess videos with some pictures. So I have the audio. Now I'm trying to make the video. Just stay tuned. I hope to upload that soon enough. All right, y'all. Join us when and where you can. Reach out directly when you need to. Thank you so much for being part of my community. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off. Have a fantastic week.